Alexis confronts Ava over the Invader article. Blaze and Kristina both face being cancelled due to the backlash from the Invader article, and Alexis confronts the article's source. Today on General Hospital, the blow-up begins from the Invader article on Natalia's homophobic remarks about Kristina, Blaze, and gay people in general. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Diane shows up at Sonny's office after he calls her. Sonny informs her that Avery isn't safe with Ava, and he wants sole custody now. Diane will revisit their custody agreement. She'll need something damning on Ava. She warns him they'd have to argue that Ava is less fit to raise Avery than him, and this is a steep hill to climb. She also says Avery isn't a baby anymore, and she could wind up hating him for taking her mother away. Sonny is willing to chance it, so Diane begins making notes on her phone. She then sees a news alert from the Invader and steps out to make a call. In her hotel room, Ava reads the comments on the article about Natalia, and she calls Adrian and demands to see him. She tells him to come to her room, as she can't go to him, and tells him to take the stairs so nobody sees him. Adrian finally arrives, gasping for breath, and begs for water. Ava gives him some, and he says the article has been a hit, and he's been booked on Bravo and TMZ. Ava tells him to do whatever he wants, but make sure her name is kept out of it. Adrian says her secret is safe, and besides, all people are talking about is Natalia. Ava again orders Adrian to forget her name and never mention it, especially to Nina. He thinks there must be a story there. She threatens to take him out if he breathes her name to anyone and demands he take down the recording. Adrian says that would only draw more attention to it, and the story has been picked up by the newswires and is everywhere already. She tells him to get out and make sure nobody sees him leaving. At Kristina's, she and Alexis go over the resumes for the new director at the center. Alexis is more concerned about Kristina than the center at the moment. Alexis then gets a call from Diane, who tells her about the Invader's news alert and asks what Alexis is doing. Alexis has no idea what she's talking about and reveals she quit the Invader. Diane tells Alexis this is bad and to go to the Invader's website now. Alexis pulls up the article and plays the audio linked in it. They listen to Natalia's remarks about Blaze and Kristina. Alexis is furious. Kristina is too, but she'll be fine. She wasn't the one outed by her own mother, who had awful things to say about her. Alexis asks if she's heard from Blaze, but Kristina hasn't, and she assumes deception is doing damage control. Kristina says after this, her own center won't even let her in the front door. Alexis says this will work out, and she is going to go deal with Dewitt. She storms out. Back at Sonny's office, he reads the article and can't believe Natalia would say such things about her own daughter. Diane says people can conceal their hatred and homophobia well, and Natalia isn't the first homophobe with a gay child. Sonny asks why Alexis would publish this garbage. Diane reveals she didn't and that Alexis quit the paper. Sonny says whoever posted this hurt his daughter, and now they have a target on their back. Diane tells Sonny to take a lesson from Natalia, and that things that are said in anger and private have a way of getting out. She says that type of statement could be used against him in this custody fight to come. Sonny asks how good of a parent he'd be if he didn't do something about this garbage. Sonny notes there are now calls for Kristina to resign from her center, that she is in a relationship with a closeted artist, and she has too much internal homophobia to be trusted. Sonny is furious and throws his nameplate across the room. At Deception, Maxie reads the article on her phone and is stunned. Lucy's phone also begins beeping, and Scott reminds them he is billed by the hour, so they should get back to discussing the contract. Maxie says the contract is irrelevant, and she asks Blaze to talk in private. Before they can, Lucy reads the article and can't believe this disaster, and notes the Invader article has been picked up by a dozen other sites. Natalia asks what they've done now, and Maxie informs her this disaster is of her making and that she really should learn what a hot mic is. Maxie plays the audio file attached to the article, and Blaze lashes out at her mom and says, "Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel." Natalia says that is not what it sounds like, but Lucy says that was her voice. Scott says this is